Today on Dr. Phil.
My mom is psychotic.
Her family says she's a raging lunatic.
You don't even know how to parent!
Your family created about 60 videos of you screaming and attacking.
You make it sound like, I'm the bad one.
You're egging her on.
Go ahead, show me.
This is a family problem.
This house is a landmine.
According to your daughters, you have smashed a toaster oven, packed up doors.
Ask them why.
No, I'm asking you. I don't allow myself to be manipulated, and when she can't run over somebody, she runs away.
Too bad. Deal with it.
Let's do it.
If we're going to do something here that matters, then we got to deal with the truth.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
If I can help get this family back on track, are you willing to do that?
Ready, free, take.
This is going to be a changing day in your life. Okay, now, from the outside, this typical suburban family seems like the picture-perfect version of the American dream, right? Two devoted parents who have been married for 30-plus years, and two of their beautiful daughters. But looks, unfortunately, can be very deceiving, because while it appears to everyone on the outside that this family just has it all, what's going on inside is something no one would suspect.
Look at the way your eyes. I'm gonna hurt you so bad.
Susan.
Stop! Grow up there, take care of that. Go ahead.
Come on, choke me.
Go ahead.
Choke me.
I'm tired of you.
Get your hands off me.
No, I don't have to.
Well, we actually got a letter from 17-year-old Summer. She wrote into the show because she says the past 9 years, her mother has been a raging lunatic. 9 years. Yelling and cursing at everyone and physically attacking her father.
My mom's rages are highly out of control.
Get your hands off me.
She's not even herself.
You don't even know how to parent!
She became a monster.
You dumbass ass!
It's like she's not even there. She's a totally different person. It's just terrifying.
I'm trying to help you and you don't even see it.
She loves to attack my dad, and my dad would just sit there and just take it.
Grow. Stop! Grow up here, take care of that.
We're talking about choking,
Go ahead.
Come on, choke me.
Go ahead.
Choke me.
slapping,
Get your hands
No,
off.
I won't.
punching.
You get your hands off of me.
Her worst rages is when she is attacking my dad to a point where I feel like I have to call the cops.
Yes, you did.
I don't call
You
You
did.
call.
You called the cops. You called.
She's actually threatened to kill him.
Drop dead.
It doesn't end. They'll stop, she'll walk away, and she'll come back again. And she'll keep coming back. You can't get away from it.
I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you. No, I don't have to. You want to call the cops?
During my mom's rages, she will get a knife and she will stab the doors, like slice it. And she's done it to my door, to my sister's door, and to the walls by our rooms. The names she would call each and every one of us, it was troubling. She would call us whores, trailer trash, bastards. She would say to us all the time. She hates us. She wants us to drop dead. She has a variety of horrible names that she just loves to spill out. My mom is psychotic. She rages every day. It's a non-stop battle with her. It changed everyone's lives. It's like she became this disgusting, disturbing person you don't want to live with, who's terrifying you.
You want to stop this now, right? You want to stop it.
It has to.
So, but this has been going on for 9 years?
Or more.
So, now your mother says differently. She says this all started when her mother-in-law moved into the house and mistreated her.
She was an innocent bystander in this, and actually my mom basically abused her and kind of locked her up in her room.
What triggers? What's the trigger? What makes it happen?
Sometimes my mom, she'll just pick a fight. She'll find something and she will fight about it, and it'll be a constant battle with her. And you can't reason with her. She has to win. Especially, it's all about her. She's the winner.
And she has slapped you across the face.
Yes.
She attacks your father.
Constantly, yes.
Why is she attacking him?
He's always wrong. He can never be right. You know, in any situation, any discussion, he's wrong. You know, if me and my sister do something wrong, it's because of him. If she doesn't, she needs something, something doesn't happen, or just something, he's always wrong. It's always him to blame for. It's him.
And you say, like, for example, she'll take his food at like dinner time and yank it away and throw it away and not let him eat.
Or she won't let him eat at all. He can't eat sometimes. He has to eat in my bedroom, or he has to eat in his car. It's gotten that bad.
So what effect has this had on you? I mean, what's your reaction to this?
It disrupted my young teenage years, and I became a horrible teenager. I hated life.
You started doing cocaine?
At 13. I've also done speed. I've done oxycodone. Almost died twice on those.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. 'Cause
Yeah,
this is not okay, and I know you're not doing that now.
No, yeah.
I get that. Now, Summer's father, Peter, says that his wife's rages are unbelievably out of control. She's choked him, punched him, taken knives and cut up mattresses, hacked the doors, sliced up paintings, sliced up clothing. Take a look.
When a rage happens, she's uncontrollable. I try not to open my mouth to make it worse, but when you start engaging it, she can come even stronger.
You dumbass ass!
She can call me an idiot, a jackass, a dirtbag, a scumbag. You name it, she could say it in a rage. She thinks I'm not paying attention to her, I'm not listening to her, I'm up to no good. She says, you know, you aggravate me, and that's what happens.
No, I won't.
She has hit, she has slapped, she has punched, she put her hands around my neck. She does come after me.
You are no good from the day you were born.
I used to be very physical with her. I would go after her, grab her by her neck, I would push her, slam her into a wall. I was very physical with her to counteract her coming at me. That stopped on many, many years ago. My kids have seen a lot in the house. They've been there when we've had some real bad fights. It bothers me that they have to experience that. I'm at the end of my rope. I'm really trying to hang on.
All right, Peter, thanks for being here. You've been at this for 30 years with this woman? You've been married for 30 years?
I've been married a little over 30 years.
And when did this start? When did the violence, the rages, when did all that spin out of
The
control?
rages really started after my mother moved into the house.
Okay, well, now your daughter just said that isn't true.
Well, she's always had a temper, but it really got bad when we moved into the new house. And it just catapulted. It's out of control through the years.
Okay, now you say that you had a serious drinking problem.
Or early, when I first
And
met her.
you were physically aggressive with her.
Yes, I was.
So you guys have kind of gone back and forth at each other for a long time. You quit drinking?
Oh, many, many years ago. Over 26 years ago.
Does she believe that you don't drink?
Not really. Sometimes she says that I have, and it's a fighting situation when I say I don't. She doesn't want to believe me, so I just go with the flow.
I guess my question is, why? Why are you putting up with this?
Same.
Why are you allowing your children to be subjected to this?
My question was always with the kids, as I explained to them. I said, she put up with a lot of my stuff at the beginning of my marriage. She was there. She hung out through all the bad times. She was there always, and she always backed me 100%. My family started to get into all this arguments and even rages that you see was because due to her health, reasons why. She has so many medical problems. We went to doctors, and we're getting no results. And the only thing that she's getting is more medicines to take. And I look at the situation, I said, if she hung out with me through the bad times, no matter what the woman does with me, I'm going to be there till the end. I mean, I might be old school, but I'm there till the end.
Have you gotten professional help? Have you been to therapy? Has she had anger management? Have you done anything to try to improve the situation?
Not with anger management, because a lot of times she says, it's my problem. It's my problem.
Well, what have you done to try to improve it?
Truthfully, not that much. I should have done more. I mean,
Because it sounds like, you know, like you're the real hero here saying, hey, she stood by me, I'll stay by her. But beating up on each other, being self-destructive and subjecting your kids to chaos emotionally, mentally, physically, lifestyle-wise, that is not the moral high ground, I'll guarantee you.
no, I know that.
Well, do you, though? And I also saw you in one of these tapes where you're egging her on. You're saying, do it, choke me, choke me, choke me.
That was just like a defense. Rather than me attacking her, I looked at her and said, you're not going to hurt me. And if you want to get it out of your system, go ahead. Which is wrong.
Yeah, okay, we're going to take a break, and we're going to meet the mom whose angry and violent rages we've been watching. Now, we're going to find out what she claims is really going on, and trust me, she doesn't see it anything like these two guys are describing. We'll be right back.
My husband's mentally abusive and a heartless, two-faced, lying user. I scream and I yell, and they can't handle it because I started sticking up for myself. I had enough. I'm not a doormat, and you're not going to walk all over me.
My parents fight all the time. When my mom rages, it's intense and crazy. Her expressions change, and like she just looks so like evil. It's like she was like possessed or something.
She is in your face and she is screaming. It's so scary. I just want to close my door and hide from her.
Now, Peter and his daughter, Summer, say that Susan's rages are unpredictable and they're violent. But as Susan sees it, her whole family has turned against her. She says they treat her no better than they would treat a dog on the street, and she is afraid of her family now, so much so that she sleeps with her bedroom door locked. Take a look.
My hands on
Did you enjoy hurting me the other day?
No, I didn't hurt you.
Oh, you didn't hurt me? Life in my home right now is totally insane. It's unbearable.
You want an ass?
I blame my husband for this. My husband and I could fight all the time because he frustrates me so much. My husband's mentally abusive and a heartless, two-faced, lying user. I will never get physical with my husband. He'd call the cops on me so fast my head would spin. The only thing that changed me is being miserable with him. What they call my outburst, I cut up 2 of Pete's pillows once and an old mattress. Yeah. I scream and I yell, and they can't handle it because I started sticking up for myself. I had enough. I'm not a doormat, and you're not going to walk all over me. So now my husband and my children are like, Mom's freaking out. She's losing it, man. She's going nuts in this house. And I'm like, no, it's just that you're not going to walk all over me and treat me like crap anymore. And you can't handle that I am standing up for myself. Too bad. Deal with it.
I've been talking to them for just a few minutes before you came out, and they tell a very different story than you do. They say that you are just a rageaholic. 3, 4 more times a day, you just rage, that virtually anything can set you off. You're saying, no, no, no. These people have turned against me. I'm just standing up for myself, and they don't like it. So which is it?
You know what? What they call rage, they're pushing every single button they possibly can. They're uncontrollable. I'm sorry, but you know what? There are certain things that you just don't do. Children should not do certain things. Husbands shouldn't do certain things. You just don't.
Well, how about your behavior? There's certain things that wives and mothers shouldn't do?
Exactly. I know I'm wrong in that. But I've tried everything else. I mean, it's not that I didn't do anything and then I'm raging. For years, I've tried A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and nothing has worked. Nothing. And I'm frustrated. I'm beyond frustrated. I've done everything in the book. But you know what? When you're a parent, you can't parent by yourself. You have to, if there's 2 parents in the house.
Okay, but now wait a minute. Listen, and I'm going to say this to all of you, and we're going to meet another daughter here in a minute, but I'm going to say this to all of you. Are you here to defend what you're doing?
No, I'm not
Or
here
are
to
you
do it.
here to try to make this family healthier?
To
And
make
be-
it healthier,
well,
not
now,
to defend what I'm saying.
Before you answer, hear what I'm saying, all of you. And maybe it's just because I've been doing this for a lot of years, and I've gotten to the point that I don't want to waste my time, and I don't want to waste your time. You can either come here and be completely truthful, or you can come here and try to make a mockery out of this whole situation and waste my time and your chance. Because let me tell you, what people do oftentimes, they come here and they go, okay, whoa, I'm on national television. I got all these people in the audience watching me. I got Dr. Phil asking me questions. I'm going to cover my butt. I'm going to say what I can to come out of this as well as I can and get back out that door and go back to my life. If that's what you want to do, you should go do it now.
No, that's not
Because
what I want.
what you're saying is, no, listen, I finally stood up for myself. According to your daughters, according to your husband, you have broken 2 computers, smashed a toaster oven, torn up picture frames, glasses, clothes, Peter's clothes, stabbed paintings with a knife, hacked up the walls and the doors.
Ask them why.
No, I'm asking you. I don't care why. I'm
Oh,
just
no,
asking you if that is true.
Why? Why?
If it is true.
For 11 years, they have run amok. And I mean, they have totally
Okay,
has allowed...
I'm going to let you say what you want to say, but answer my question first. Are those things true?
Not all of it. They're exaggerating, okay? Yeah. Okay.
Have you smashed up computers,
Not
toaster ovens,
computers.
hacked the walls,
No.
monitors?
I broke 1 monitor. I didn't smash up computers. Do you understand they're exaggerating?
Okay. This mattress, did you hack this mattress up with a knife? The picture that you're seeing
Yeah,
right here.
one that I was going to throw away. Do you understand? They're exaggerating.
No, I understand.
Okay, one that I was going to throw away. It was my old mattress we were going to get rid of.
So you actually are here to defend all of this.
I'm not defending anything. I'm not here to defend it. I'm very blunt and honest, but let me explain why.
You've already explained why. You don't need
No.
to say it again. Listen, I have a really good memory, so you don't need to tell me things twice.
No.
You said for 11 years they ran amok. For 11 years you didn't stand up
do
for
you-
yourself. For
listen.
11 years they went insane, and finally you had enough and you stood up. Did I catch it pretty much?
Do you realize what they have done? Did they tell you, or did he tell you what he has allowed his children to do?
Well, let me see.
I don't know.
Okay, you asked me the question. Let
wasn't
me
here.
answer it. You asked the question. Let me answer it.
Let's really be honest. What has he, as a parent, allowed his children to do?
Are you going to let me answer the question?
Go ahead.
Thank you. You asked the question, what have they told me? She said between 13 and 16, she spun totally out of control. She said she aspired to be a porn actress. She was highly promiscuous. She did cocaine, Xanax, ecstasy, marijuana, alcohol, all kinds of things that just almost ended her life with Oxy on 2 occasions. He said he was a drunk, that he attacked you, that he put his hands on you violently, that he was completely out of control, and that you stood by him chapter and verse every step of the way, which is why he won't quit on you now. He said it has been chaotic, the house has been spinning out of control, and then things got really bad when your mother-in-law moved in. Although your daughter says it was bad before that, he said that's when it really spiked up. So I think they've been pretty candid with me. I got about a 250-page notebook on your family, and so I ask a lot of questions.
There's a big space there, okay? A big space.
Oh, geez, okay.
He has actually literally sat there watching them do all this. While I'm standing there going, Pete, get up. Look what they're doing in the backyard on my patio.
Smoking dope and drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
While
go ahead.
he's on the couch.
Yeah, we went over
Okay?
that.
Doing all this. And I'm watching this day after day, day after day. I'm a parent. Are you out of your mind? You're letting your kids, and you're not helping me take care of them. They're going to kill themselves. My kids, my older kids, I raised. They went to school, came home, did their homework, did chores. They were great. I had no problems with them because he wasn't around. But I was healthy. I was strong. I was in control. Because I got sick.
What you're going to find is that you can't filibuster me.
I'm not trying to filibuster you. What I'm trying
Well, actually,
to
you
explain,
are.
No, what I'm trying to explain to you is between all of this, between when his mother was alive, the hounding I got, you have no idea the situation that I was in, that I had to go through with these girls, trying to save them from themselves. And he's sitting there, literally sitting there, ignoring everything and adding to it.
Okay, so
for
therefore,
all these years,
okay, you have to take a breath. You cannot dominate the conversation because I won't let you.
I'm trying to explain to you.
Listen, you're not going to do it.
I'm trying to explain to you.
No, you have explained to me. You haven't told me one thing I didn't already know. You haven't told me one thing that you didn't tell us in pre-interview. You didn't tell me one thing that they didn't tell me along the way. You haven't told me one thing new. So we'll be right back.
My dad tried to lock his door a couple of times when it got serious, when she would say stuff to him, threatening his life.
If I knew I wouldn't go to jail, I would have killed him 100 times over already. Would I? No. I'm not stupid. I wouldn't go to jail for him or anybody else.
Are you trying to tell me that what you're doing with your yelling, screaming, raging, and physical attacks on your husband are therefore warranted because they were a bunch of worthless kids and husband?
I didn't say it's warranted. I said I'm frustrated. I said I can't take it anymore.
Okay, so
why
I can't
I'm
take
ready
it
to
anymore,
leave.
so what's the rest of that sentence? So I'm going to just rage and yell and scream?
No, I told him, I said, I can't take it. You're killing me. I'm ready to leave. You wouldn't feel betrayed if you're sick.
I'm going to talk, so I mean, you can...
Well, you don't want to hear the whole thing. You're breaking the story up in bits and pieces. I'm not always screaming and raging. I mean, what they perceive as rage is when I talk. First of all, I talk very loud.
Your family told us that they had created about 60 videos of you going off and raging and yelling and screaming and attacking. About 60 videos. We didn't create them. They just said, we got these.
I'm the only one. Ask her what she has done to me while he's standing right next to me doing nothing.
You don't need to tell me what to ask her because I pretty much know how to interview people. This is my job.
What I'm saying is you make it sound like, I'm the bad one.
No, I'm just trying to get facts
I'm
about...
telling you right now. Tell the truth, or I walk.
That's no problem.
Well, go ahead.
No, I'm talking to you. Here, you can threaten him in a minute. I'm just asking you.
No, this is not a show.
This
is my life.
No, it is your life. It is your life.
Because I go home.
Don't get self-righteous with me.
I'm not getting self-righteous.
Okay, so you're leaving.
I don't need this.
Okay, thanks so much for coming. I was very interested in seeing what happened here, and I understand what you're dealing with at this point.
Yeah, okay, what they're dealing with.
Now, my question for you is, are you willing to continue to subject yourself and your kids to this?
No, that's why I figured we can come here. When she told me she contacted you, we can get some help.
Right. And what you're dealing with here is a very strong bias, an abject paranoia, in my opinion, in taking a victim role. Now, the question is there a reason for that? Is there something that's contributing to that? I think the answer to that is yes. I'm going to tell you what I think it is after we take a break. We're going to find out why one daughter says she turned to drugs and alcohol to cope with all this parents' constant fighting and raging back and forth. We're going to talk to her, and then I'm going to tell you what I think's going on here when we come back.
I never want to be home. I pretty much get drunk every night. Probably to the point where I knew I was drunk, I wouldn't care. I just continue and continue till I blacked out. My parents fight all the time. Morning, day, night. My home life right now is like a roller coaster. You never know what's gonna happen.
My mom will be very abusive. She loves to choke.
Go ahead.
Choke me.
My mom has now become a person that can't love anymore, who has so much hatred in her heart. She's a very mean person.
Well, that was Summer and her sister Amber talking about how unpredictable their home life has become. They say the constant battles between parents Peter and Susan are completely unbearable. Now, to cope with her chaotic home life, Amber says she learned to escape with a little help. Take a look.
My habits of drinking and partying have gotten a lot worse because of my mom's rages. When my mom does stuff like that to my dad, it upsets me because he doesn't deserve that. He doesn't do anything wrong, and she hits him, and I don't think it's right at all. It has a big effect on me because I don't want to be home at all. I never want to be home. I am depressed. And I feel like going out and just getting drunk puts me in like a happy place where like I have nothing to worry about. I pretty much get drunk every night. I have drank to the point of blacking out. Where I was to the point where I knew I was drunk, I wouldn't care. I just continue till like I blacked out.
Okay, you're in your mother's chair because she left. Did
Yeah.
you see her backstage?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, what'd she have to say for herself?
She just walked off.
Yeah. My staff tells me that she's in a complete rage backstage. You know, I hate that, but you have to understand, you and I have a very different approach to this. I don't allow myself to be manipulated, and when she can't run over somebody, she runs away. So what I'm going to do is talk to you guys. I'm going to tell you what I would tell you if she was sitting right here. Maybe she'll come back, maybe she won't. You know, life moves on. You're doing drugs and drinking.
Yeah.
Do you seriously think that's a solution here?
No, I don't.
You did drugs, you drank, you spun out of control, you were drinking, you spun out of control. There are 3 other kids who are out of the home now, and they're saying, look, we've moved on, and so they didn't want to be here, which I totally get. But at some point, we have to make a decision that we're going to start working in the service of health. We're going to start working in the service of what makes things better, right?
Yeah.
Do you get that?
Yes.
Is your life working for you?
At times, yes, and other times, no.
Okay, and how old are you?
20.
So you're not even old enough to be drinking,
No.
but you're drinking to the point that you're actually blacking out. Do you understand what causes that?
No.
There are properties of alcohol that basically contaminate the brain to the point that it can't function anymore. And at some point, you can drink yourself to the point that you'll stop breathing and you'll just die, right?
Yeah.
You're 20.
Yeah.
Do you think she's out of control with drugs and alcohol? Do you think it's a danger to her?
Yeah, and I've gone to battle with her, and she'll lie to me. And then she explains it, and then I try to believe her. Dad, I'm not doing this. I promise, I promise, I promise.
Okay, but you understand, your daughter is drinking to the point of blacking out.
You got it. I didn't know.
Is that all right with you?
No, I had no idea that was happening.
We'll be right back. Have a seat if you like. So what I'm saying here, and you've missed some of this again, is any time I look at a situation like this, I look at the whole family. Now, she's what we call the target patient. She's the one making all the noise, so she's getting all the attention right now. But this isn't a Susan problem. This is a family problem here. This is a family problem. Everybody is being affected by this. She's being affected by you. Are you addicted to prescription drugs?
No.
You're not.
No.
Are you doctor shopping?
No.
You're not hopping around getting pain meds and that sort of thing?
No.
Yeah. Is that true?
No.
It's not true? What is true?
Because of her pain, she has taken prescription medication, and she has gone to other doctors to get different kinds.
I have one doctor. I'm on Percocet. I've been on Percocet for years.
Yeah, that's not good for your health.
I know that, but
Percocet for years, I mean, those two words don't even belong in the same sentence. Percocet for years.
I know, and I've been going to doctors for years.
I really want to help you with this. If you've been taking Percocet for years, you are addicted to prescription drugs. I'm not saying that that's like a illicit thing. It's just one of the side effects of having to rely on pain meds for that long. I mean, I hate that for you.
I have tumors in my kidney. I have 6 or 7, I don't know how many herniated bulging discs.
You need to figure out what's wrong, right?
But this is what I'm saying. I've been doing this for years.
But you want to figure this out, right?
Yes.
But see, my problem is you can't change what you don't acknowledge. And what you're doing now is not good for your health. This rage and you've got to be burning up your adrenals. You've got to be going through all kinds of hormonal craziness within you, both as perhaps as a contributor and certainly as a product of having so much animated rage. It's terrible for your health. I want to get you to calm down. I want to get some definitive answers about what's going on with you physically. I want to get you detox from these terrible meds that have got a grip on you. I want to do everything I can to help you. Long-term use of Percocet is terrible for you.
And it doesn't even work after all these years.
Of course it doesn't. In fact, it can begin to exacerbate your pain syndrome. It can make your brain toxic. It can make your impulse control almost non-existent. It could explain almost everything associated with the behavior that these guys are talking about.
No. I started just opening my mouth when I couldn't take it anymore because of him, our marriage. It was just out of control. The girls became out of control. I was concerned for the girls.
Yeah, you missed that. We talked about that before. I said this whole family is spinning out of control. There's no question about it. Listen, you have some very legitimate complaints here. You just have a very illegitimate way of expressing them. You have legitimate complaints. You do. Susan, hear me. You do. I mean, your daughter was spinning out of control. Your husband was an alcoholic. He was putting his hands on you, slapping you, throwing you up against the wall. This daughter's now drinking to the point of blackout and messing around with other drugs in your backyard. It is insane. This is craziness of the highest order. Everybody needs to calm down. You're just the one that's making the most noise, so you get the most attention. If I focused completely on you and ignored them, this would never get better because they would continue to trigger behavior in you. So I have to work on everything here, everybody, right? It isn't just you. You just got mad and left before I can get to that. All right, we got to take a break. Next, Susan says that she's got one foot out the door, is seriously contemplating divorce. Maybe that's the best thing to do, but it won't fix the problems. We'll be right back.
My husband lies about everything. The deceitfulness. I don't trust him. Pete's a very good liar. He'll never once confess.
She has like so many like theories against him, that he's cheating on her, that he's an alcoholic. They're all lies in my opinion.
My dad will never be right. It's always, he's lying, he's doing this, he's doing that. But he's not. He'll never win.
I want to make this work with my wife. I've always said to her, no matter what has gone down in our past, I'm there for you. I do love you, and I'm trying to make the situation better.
I don't feel anything for my husband at all. Do I love him? I can't sit here and say I do love him. I have one foot out the door. I know I tried everything.
Well, that was Peter and Susan talking about their feelings for one another. After more than 30 years of marriage, Susan says she is seriously considering getting divorced. Susan thinks Peter's cheating on her, has secret bank accounts, and is constantly lying. Are those things true?
No.
Are you cheating?
No.
Do you have a secret bank account?
No.
Okay, so you're prepared to be just completely open.
Honest. Yeah, open and honest.
All right, Amber's not the only member of the family who's turned to drugs and alcohol to escape the craziness going on at home. Let's talk about what Summer has gone through. I want to get all this on the table, and then I'm going to tell everybody what I think needs to happen here. We talked about this a little bit. Let's take a look.
I was addicted to drugs, I was addicted to sex, I was addicted to partying. I was promiscuous at a very young age. First time I actually had sex, it was with 2 guys at 13. And up to 16, I had slept with about 22 guys. A lot of drug abuse did affect my life. The first drug I ever did was cocaine when I was 13, and then it went to speed. 2 times I almost died from oxycodones. I was a very, very highly out of control teenager. I met this older guy in his mid-30s. We got really high. I just wanted to go to sleep. He said that I can go to sleep in his bed and he'll take the couch. I was sleeping. It kind of felt like someone was hovering over me. I can just feel my pants were not on. I don't know if I was raped, but I did feel something down there and it shouldn't have happened. That was also a very difficult time of my life. I felt like I deserved that because of my past. It was my fault that happened to me. And for months, I couldn't get over that.
Have you or you heard her speak candidly about this before?
Not all that, no.
Have you?
No, but I knew a lot of this stuff was going on, and that's why I just couldn't take it anymore. That's why I blame him, and I'm angry with him. I have a
Where
lot
were
of
you?
anger.
You say it was his fault. Where were you during this time? Why do you blame him instead of the two of you owning this together?
That's what I used to fight about. He would sit there and he'd allow so much to go on. There was days that I couldn't walk 2 steps. And I'm like, Pete, she's out of control. She's doing this, this, and this. He'd brush it off.
Yeah, well, brushing it off is over with here. Guys, listen, you've got 2 beautiful daughters here still at home. And, you know, they're lovely, intelligent women. And you're currently making some really bad choices. You've made some really bad choices in the past. But you got a serious wake-up call, right?
Yeah, I did.
And so you're living a much more constructive life at this point?
Yes.
You know, and I get what you're saying. I'm not big on help you. What it does is just you wind up with a monkey on your back and a chaotic. 2 wrongs don't make a right, and that's exactly what's happening here. You got a wrong-headed family and a wrong-headed way of coping with it, and those 2 things are going to create real trouble for you if that doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Okay? And you guys, look, I don't know whether you should get a divorce or you want to get a divorce. You say you've got 1 foot out the door. If you're going to go, go. I mean, if that's what you're going to do. But I think it is worthwhile for us to take a really, really hard look at trying to get you some relief. I have 2 immediate concerns. One is figuring out what's going on with you physically so you stop poisoning yourself with the wrong kind of meds, and you stopping this drug and alcohol abuse. Those are acute issues with me that need to stop. And you can either stop it or you're going to wind up in serious trouble. I mean, I'm telling you, it's going to spin out of control here.
I feel like it just makes me happy because everything that goes on at home.
No, it doesn't make you happy. It anesthetizes you so you don't feel. That doesn't change anything. It just, I mean, you still got the same problems when you sober up.
I just worry about these girls so much.
Okay, well, we're going to work.
When they're out the door, I don't sleep. I stay up until I know they're home.
Yeah, well, reinforcements have arrived, right? I mean, I'm here.
I don't want to lose them.
And I don't want to lose you. Yeah. Well, take care of their mother then and give them some peace. Are y'all willing to work on this?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is just a beginning here. All right, we'll talk again. We'll be right back. I want to thank you guys for being here today for a number of reasons. One, you guys are teaching tools. There are a lot of families sitting home watching that have parts or pieces or all of this, and they hear what we talk about, acknowledgments that are made, ideas that come up, and hopefully it helps them. And I always say, if you're seeing anger, it's really either hurt, fear, or frustration. And with you, I think it's all 3. I think there's a lot of fear. Now, you got all sideways with me, left, and then came back. But when you came back, we had a very rational conversation, don't you think? Which means you can do that. I'm always rational. But you came back and you were rational. And there is a chance that we can really figure out some things that are going on. And I think you are going to be stunned at how much of what's going on with you is biochemical. And I think we can really work to get that under control. Listen, we're going to talk about this because you need to stop what you're doing. You don't need to go to some type of convent, but you have to stop what you're doing because it's not a good pattern. And that just seems to run through this whole family here. This has got to stop.
You got it.
And you're going to have to take a leadership position here.
You got it.
And get active. So I'm going to be calling on you to do some things. We'll talk to you guys again, okay? We got a plan?
Yeah.
Got a plan?
Yes.
You actually have a very nice smile, by the way. All right, for more information on today's show and coping with chronic illness, anger, management, overcoming addiction, log on to drphil.com. Life has to be managed. We're going to talk to them again. Thanks for being here. So long. Bye.